Here's our little bee design, and I've just gently tacked it on there instead of pinning it on, because it's such a small design that it tends to buckle. And I'm just going to stitch it on now. I'm stitching it with one strand. What I have done is I've just tied that onto the end of my tacking needle. Now normally I'd do really quite big stitches, but this is such a small design that I'm literally going to do quite small stitches on this piece. So we're just going to go around like this and make sure we do tiny little stitches. And I tend to keep the stitches on the surface, and then when I have a few, I just then pull them through like that. So we're just going round our shape like this. Make sure we get that little crook of the neck in there, and then come round. When we do the wings, I could probably do slightly bigger stitches, but there's so many curves in this that smaller ones are much better for this kind of design. So we're just going round the head here, and we'll just do a couple of stitches there before I pull it through again. But again, just little stitches, and then we've got our belly. Now I could probably get away with doing a slightly bigger stitch there, and then bring it across here like that, because that denotes that end. So just put that one in there like that, and come down here like that. And then I'm going to completely ignore that bottom bit, because I know that these lines actually fall on there. So on this bit I'm going to do about halfway house. I'm going to do the top bar there, like that. And then I'm going to come halfway down again and finish that off there. Then I'm going to put a little stay stitch across here like that, just so we know where our abdomen finishes, and a little stitch up here for this last line on his bottom. Then we do the wings. Again, it's a curve, so it's best to do smaller stitches. Do a little tiny one there because there's not much of a space to go. Then we're just going to come up here and do that little stem line. Like that, and then we're going to come up to depict where this wing starts, because obviously this wing is the front wing, and that covers over part of the back wing, as you would expect. So just do a few more stitches and come up at the end now, so we know where that very end is, and then down. Now what we need to make sure is when we are putting all our stitching on the surface of our bee, that we do not go outside of these lines at all at any point, because that's really important for later when we're doing our resin. So we're just going to finish that off here like that. A little tiny one just there, and then another small one just here. It's going to go down to there, and then that's it. Now what I am going to do is I'm just going to do a couple of little stay stitches just at the end there, like that, so that, oops, I don't have to, I'm just able to cut it off quite easily, like that. Okay, and then I'll just chop that off at the back, like that. Okay, so I'm going to take these out now, like that. Okay, and then then what we're going to do is, as per usual, we're just going to score along the lines of our bee. Okay, so we've got some tiny little stitches to score along, and it's just the lines that are holding down the tracing. Like that. Okay, so a few little lines, some are already partially gone anyway, and some have gone over twice because I can't remember which ones I have and haven't gone over. It's always the case. And then you should just be able to take this here like this and pull that off fairly easily, like that. Okay, it's come off in 2 pieces. If it's smaller stitching that you're doing, then it will tend to be harder to take off in one go. So I'm just going to give that a little tickle at the back, and it'll just take that little loop away. Like that. So that's our little bee. Okay, we know that this end is going to come round here, so we just need to make sure that we definitely get in that area.